Cheers. All right, guys. Have you ever heard someone say, no, in fact, you have heard someone say, and it's probably been me, you just have to accept your tinnitus. And you thought to yourself, seriously, Friede, tinnitus coach Friede, how am I supposed to accept something this friggin' awful? Totally understand. And I want to be clear. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about why acceptance does not mean giving up or giving into your tinnitus and living a miserable life for the rest of your life just because you have tinnitus. In fact, it's the most powerful tool you have in order to move forward and to signal your brain how it can habituate. So today we're going to go into the biggest and most important shift that you can make in your tinnitus habituation journey and how acceptance will help you do that and why it is not giving up but going forward. Enjoy. So when people hear the word acceptance, they're often very skeptical, and I totally get why. It's a little bit like, you know, when you have to accept your depression or something like that. It's like, it assumes that you're surrendering. It's assuming like you're tolerating all the fear and despair and dread, or sort of like pretending it's fine, which of course it's not. Like, your feelings are absolutely and 100% valid, and the way you feel is the way you feel, right? So let me correct this for you. This is not what real acceptance looks like. Real acceptance, especially in the concept of acceptance and commitment therapy, is to learn to make rooms for difficult thoughts and feelings, to not have to escape from them, to not say, I wish they weren't here, but to learn to make space for them so that you can claim back to take control of your life and focus on the things that most matter. Not only on the tinnitus, but how you live your life with tinnitus. Now I want to get into why this is so important, right? It's like almost something that everyone always gets wrong about understanding what acceptance actually means. And it's not the same as resignation, right? And I really need to stress on that. Because, you know, it's not like I'm saying I'm fine with this, or I guess I'll suffer forever. That's not what we mean. I would not expect, I always say to my coaching clients, I would not expect you to feel like this forever. The way you're feeling right now is because your nervous system is constantly reacting to this. That will be over once you're habituated. So I will not want to, you know, tell you that you have to accept that you're feeling like this for the whole time. That's not what I'm saying. Acceptance and commitment therapy teaches us that acceptance means willingly making space for difficult thoughts and emotions and experience without letting them run your life. So it's the absolute difference between, on the one hand, saying, I hate the sound and I need to fix it before I can live, and the sound is here, but I'm still going to decide what I focus on and how I live my life in spite of it. And why is this so important? And now we're getting to the gist of it again. We're getting into the tinnitus and stress loop. All right, here's the real problem. The real problem is tinnitus doesn't only affect your ear or your ears or your brain's response to it. It affects your thoughts, your emotions, and your nervous system as well. And it also is affecting your sense of safety. So your nervous system and your brain think that with the tinnitus perception, you are not in a safe place. So, you know, people get stuck in this feedback loop. They hear the sound, they become anxious about the sound. You think about, what if this never gets better and I'll always feel this way? And you start checking the volume constantly. You avoid silence. You Google cures. You constantly run sound therapy in the background, which actually reminds you of your problem. And this just continues endlessly. And before I talk to you about what we're doing with that and how acceptance helped, let me quickly change my notes here and quickly get into how we help you with a structured 12 weeks program to not accept tinnitus, but to teach your brain a new way of responding towards your tinnitus so it can slowly start going into the background. And you can find our program at www.mytinnitus.club. My name is Tinnitus Coach Frieda. I'm the founder and host of our online tinnitus program with a deaf ear, a hearing aid and a severe high-pitched tinnitus for 16 years. I've created this program, a structured approach, 12 weeks to tinnitus relief, including weekly group sessions with me explaining to you how and why this all works so you can go from bothersome to non-bothersome tinnitus. But let's go back to the video. So your stress level goes up as this cycle gets worse, and acceptance and commitment therapy and the acceptance part helps you to break and get out of this constant loop. How does it do that? 3 different steps. You notice your thoughts without getting pulled in, because thoughts are just thoughts. I can have the thought it's sunny and 30 degrees outside, but actually it's kind of like raining and more like 20 degrees, right? So I can have that thought, but it's just a thought. Same thing, I can have the thought my tinnitus will never get better and I will suffer to the end of my life. It's not a great thought, but it's just that, a thought. We can then create space for difficult feelings, right? A difficult feeling might be, well, it's not nice, hot and sunny outside. That's a difficult feeling for me because I would love it to be hot and sunny because it's summer, right? Difficult feelings, creating space. Not as difficult as tinnitus, I know many of you will say now, but it's important to say we can make space for that emotion. And we can then focus on this 3rd step, and we can redirect our energy towards, the things that we actually want to pursue in life, rather than constantly being stuck in a cycle with tinnitus and reactivity. So the most important part of this, your brain slowly learns that tinnitus is not a threat. Your brain stops constantly checking, reacting, panicking, and habituation goes to begin. It starts very, very small. It starts with short moments in the day where you no longer pay as much attention, where you learn like your tinnitus can be there, but it doesn't affect you anymore. Like myself, I'm talking about tinnitus right now. Yes, of course, if I pay attention to it, it's there, but it's bothering me 0%. And I have tinnitus, I can hear it over 4-lane street outside. So, I get why people resist acceptance. I get when you're suffering, you try to want to get a complete fix, not like a mindset shift. And I totally understand that you also want silence, something that you've previously had, and you want that fast. But silence is a concept. It's a concept of feeling a certain way, with your nervous system being in balance and you being without any reactivity to a sound that you did not choose. But here's the thing, that concept still exists, and your nervous system can still feel the same way exactly while perceiving tinnitus. The truth that most people never hear is the only proven path that leads to constant and lasting relief is where your brain stops to react and learns to stop to react to tinnitus and step out of that vicious cycle. You don't have to feel good about the sound. That's not what I'm saying. You just have to stop fighting it. And this is the basis of acceptance and commitment therapy and what I teach in our 12 weeks course. But if you like, there's also under the links in the description below a free 4-day email course towards tinnitus habituation, where I send you a daily email with a little bit of insights on how you in your particular journey can implement a few steps that will already see you benefit and get some relief from your tinnitus. And if you like this video, then I'd be super happy if you give me a like, comment, and let me know what you thought about this in the description below. I know it is hard, I know it is difficult, but I'm 100% sure that everyone can do it. No matter what intensity or type of their tinnitus, everyone can get towards habituation and go from bothersome to non-bothersome tinnitus. My name is Tinnitus Coach Frieda, and I hope this video was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. All the best. Goodbye.